Hey Laura, how are you today?
I'm good, Stony, and you?
Doing wonderful. I really appreciate you taking the time out. I know you've been so busy under this COVID-19, and I just want to thank you so much for supporting our community and helping us get prepared. What are some of the steps the chamber is doing to get ready for this?
Well, when it first broke out, we did some of the best things we can do is provide really great information to both the businesses and the community. So we immediately set up a couple web pages that I update sometimes daily, sometimes hourly, depending on what changes are coming our way. And so we have a page dedicated to the businesses and information that they need, and then we have a page dedicated to the community members and ways that we have pulled together as a community to support the community. The Park Service right away put together an incident command team, and that has led to several meetings, and we talk about meetings, a daily meeting that we call the Community Task Force meeting, and in that meeting we've been talking about the needs of the community, and we've all come together as a community to figure out how to solve the challenges that we've been facing. And being that's everything from internet and to feeding people. So it's been across the gamut and trying to just make sure everybody's safe and secure through the crisis.
I've my head was been spinning over all the stuff, and I feel blessed to be living up here in our community. I never seen a small community work together so well. You know, from the town of Tusayan, the Chamber of Commerce, the fire department. It's been an incredible experience for me. That's why I thought this news channel would be kind of fun to put out there and really share all the wonderful things the chamber's doing, the town of Tucson, the volunteers, and educating us to be safe out there. As you know, we all have to kind of regroup on all of our businesses. And what is kind of the challenges that you are hearing from the businesses of like starting up, getting ready to start up?
I think our biggest challenge right now is trying to figure out when Park Service is going to reopen the park. Given that we are remote, we've had a couple of businesses remain open, but the majority of our businesses are in a shutdown. And so it's the ability to respond quickly enough so that when the Park Service says, hey, we're open, that the businesses are ready to go with supplies primarily. The town has been great in they're working on different supply orders from the safety perspective for the community. But it's, the the restaurants are not going to order food supplies until they know they're going to be open to sell the food supplies. So it's kind of a wait and see game. We've been told for a couple of days that announcement's going to come anytime now, and so that's we're like, do we know yet? Do we know yet? And I get a lot of calls from visitors too, because the president's talking about the country reopening. And so if the country's reopening, people are like, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. When are you open? I want to book my tickets now. And, so I've been not only talking to the businesses, but talking to a number of visitors that want to come see us as well.
Well, I think it's really important that we educate people as far as being safe for our businesses and for the visitors, because it's a new time. It's a new world for all of us. And I really think it was really hard for me because I'm one of those huggers and get close kind of people, and I was like, oh man, this is changing my whole lifestyle because I'm a professional guide. I'm like, I had to regroup, but it's okay because I'm learning, working some of these projects that I've been working on with the food bank and stuff. It can be done, and I still are enjoying the great outdoors. But one of my key factors that now I wear is my little mask here, as you can see.
Yes, I like. I don't have mine handy. I made
Yeah,
some
I
masks
always,
myself. So, yep.
I always have my hand sanitizers, my gloves, and of course the Clorox wipes. So
Right.
it's been kind of, it's a new lifestyle, but I think if we all work as a team, our businesses, our community, and educating our visitors, we can keep our park open because we both know is things can change within a minute of closing us back down. So I think it's real important that we message our visitors coming up to be prepared with masks, gloves, sanitizers, staying 6 feet away. And then our businesses, I know they're getting geared up. I've been talking to a few of them. I'm so excited about how they're getting prepared. And people when they come up here, they're going to enjoy the Grand Canyon. We just have to do things a little bit differently. So what is one of your favorite spots of the Grand Canyon?
Mm. So I think still Desert View Watchtower is still one of my favorite. The building's incredible. The Mary building, just what she did with that building, the fact that it's been restored recently. So all the drawings inside have been brought back to life, and it's an amazing building. I don't know when that will be on the Park Service's reopen schedule, but that's definitely an amazing spot. It's an amazing spot for sunset out there. My favorite point is Lippin Point out there.
That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah. So, there are so many spots though, and that's what I think we really need to let visitors know, and some of the messaging and some of the information we're working on for visitors is we have a small village area, by the main visitor center and in the historic village, but there's still a lot more space for people to spread out. And so I think that is going to be really important to visitors coming up, is they understand that there's a lot of space that they can spread out at. By talking with us at the visitor center, we can help them plan a great trip and still be able to socially distance. I know you and some of the other tour companies, once the tour companies are allowed back in, your rides are going to be a lot smaller in size, almost to the size of a family. So it's going to be one family going instead of, 2 or 3 families going. And so there's an opportunity for people to really get some private tours almost that would normally go for a lot more money, and just have an experience of a lifetime with people like you and other guides that are just like, we just want to tell our story. We just want to share the canyon with you. And we can't do that because you're not here. So, I know everyone is just so excited for the visitors to come back so we can share their experiences that we all have, and how much we love the canyon and why we think it's so gorgeous and incredible to come visit.
So that's why. Oops, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
sunsets
sorry.
and sunrises and the night sky and the Milky Way. I mean, so many people come from populated cities and they don't have those views, and they're just amazing. And to be able to share that with people and get people to spread out along the rim, there's a 13-mile rim walk. I mean, there is a ton of space along that rim with a little bit of walking, and you can still have a great sunset. So that's what I'm getting excited about.
I agree with you 100%. The thing is when you're visiting the Grand Canyon, there's all kinds of space. There's little secrets around the bends, what I call them. Just spread out. Don't gather around one another, because that's going to be the problem where our park will be shut down really quick. So, and one more thing is, I came up with the name of the Spirit of the Canyon. You understand that, right?
I do.
It's powerful, isn't it?
It really is. And I think it was on one of your tours, actually, that I had gone on with one of your guides that was talking really about that spirit and what happens at sunset and what the natives believe in. And it's just, again, to just go watch the sunset can be incredible. But if you do it on a tour with somebody who has that knowledge about the native culture and the native stories, it will just make your experience that much greater when you come. And that's always what I'm trying to encourage people, whether Park Service lecture or a organized tour, that there is so much more than the Chevy Chase vacation, looking at it, going, okay, yeah, got it. Okay, I'm out. It's about experiencing the canyon. And, we have Experience Her Winter Majesty, the 360 video that we did a couple years ago, early winter. And that's what it's all about. And people have a chance to look at that just to understand what we're saying. It can take your breath away if you can find a quiet spot to sit and just take her in. I always refer to the Grand Canyon as Her Majesty. I just feel like she's this grand.
I love that.
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what I've been saying since I've been here. It's just this grand majesty. And I think of the canyon as a her. I don't know if that's correct or not with some of the native cultures, but that's what I just feel like she's just so incredible. And there are a lot of spots. You know, there's, like I said, there's so many fun things to do with the tour guides. If you come up with dogs, most of the hotels are dog friendly. The
Yeah,
trails
for
all
sure.
above the rim are dog friendly. I know you have a dog. You know, I have a dog. I've had Sugarfoot on some of our posts. And it's just kind of incredible to get out there and walk. I think people that come up at first are going to see a lot more animals, because the animals right now are just like, there's nobody here. Where'd everybody go? And
Where's
they're
my
like looking around,
food?
and they're all everywhere right now. And so I think once we say we're open and people start coming back, especially those early visitors, I think you're going to see a lot more animals, which also means you need to be careful driving, because they're going to be on the road.
Exactly. Well, what I want to do right now is just really thank you for all your wonderful services, because I'll be honest with you, I was amazed of how you prepared our community with all the information on how to get loans and how to be safe, how to, just really going out that extra mile. And my heart goes out to you, and I really appreciate all the things that you do for the Chamber of Commerce. And one thing that I will do is I'll link the Chamber of Commerce in this video so that everyone
Right.
can get access to our restaurants, our the tours, all the stuff that's inside the park. So thank you so much for all your support, and look forward of talking to you again. I imagine I'll see you again.
All right, Stony, thank you very much. And I just want to let everybody know Stony has been incredible through this as well. And so I'm going to toot his horn a little bit. But he's done a great job with the food bank. We started a Grand Canyon food bank for the local families about a year and a half ago. We finally got that one under a 501c3. We had a local St. Mary's food bank that happened once a month. And Stony worked with Mike from the Grand Canyon Food Bank, with Sandy from the Tusayan Food Bank, and they have been able to provide food once a week for families. And the number of families that they have served during this crisis has just been incredible. And now they've actually got one going in Valle as well. So like Sony says, it's just incredible. One of the things about coming to visit parks with the people that come for just a few hours and leave, you don't get to meet the locals, and the locals is what it's all about. And hearing the local stories. So many people have lived in these beautiful areas for a long time, and they all have a story. And so I encourage people, as they get out and travel, even though we have to social distance, but try to listen to some of the stories and get some information, because it will make the difference in your trip for sure.
That is
So
for
thank you,
sure.
Stony, too.
Yeah, you have a good one, and I know you're going to your next meeting and
I am.
getting all that information for our businesses and our visitors. So wonderful thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Stony.
Bye bye.